I now call Stephen Kerr to be followed by Faisal Chowdhury, up to 4.
Well, Deputy Presiding Officer, I will speak briefly. I'm not going to try and compete with any of my colleagues in this Parliament in a recitation of local small businesses that deserve praise and support, but we are here to celebrate those small businesses, and I'm grateful to Rachel Hamilton for bringing this motion to the Chamber this evening. I do think, though, it's very interesting when you listen to colleagues in this Parliament talk about business in general, particularly small businesses. There's a clear dichotomy between left and right. The left would like to emphasise, as Pam Duncan-Glancy did, the importance of government spending in order to support small businesses, whereas I think people who belong to a more conservative persuasion like to think that there's some truth in the famous saying of Ronald Reagan. He said the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, quote, "I am from the government and I'm here to help." Because I think that was 40 years ago next year he said that. And I think it's still true, because I think most business people that I've ever come across have a simple request of politicians, and that is, get out of the way. Let us get on with running our businesses. And that's a very simple request they make, but what they get from this Parliament in particular is an unending torrent of regulation and interference, which frankly just gets in the way of business, adds to the cost and removes them from their driving purpose. And so in the minute or so I've got left that I wish to take, I want to talk about one specific thing. And that is that we must not believe that somehow these well-motivated people, there's somehow an endless supply of these brilliant small business people in this country. There are not. They are a precious commodity. They're the backbone of our economy, and we'd all agree with that. But if we want more business to exist in Scotland, we have to stop pretending that these people suddenly just pop up. Businesses emerge from a culture. And the thing that most concerns me in our country is that we need to nourish the spirit of enterprise and the spirit of entrepreneurship. That's not going to happen in a vacuum. I'm happy to give
briefly, Mercedes Vialba.
Grateful to the member for taking the intervention. Would he also recognise that part of the culture that people come from is public services upon which we all rely, roads, street lights, street cleaning, schools, healthcare, all of which relies on taxation, so we do need both?
Stephen Kerr.
Well, there comes a point, frankly, where people from the persuasion of Mercedes de Alba will kill the goose that lays the golden egg. Because, yes, we do depend on these businesses in terms of as a source of taxation. If you want great public services in Scotland, and the Labour Party claim they do, then you stop taxing and regulating to the point of near death of small businesses. And that's what we see happening, I'm afraid, from the parties of the left. I will give way. I meant to sit down by now, but I will give way.
I'm aware other members on those benches have, in fact, referred to the body blow of the increase in employers' national insurance. If you add energy costs to that and supply costs falling on those energy costs, that is something that's laid at the door of the Labour government at Westminster.
Stephen Kerr.
The reality is that these parties to the left, they all believe in the policy of increasing taxation, growing the size of the state, more and more government interference. All of that strangles the vital spark of our economy, which is the spirit of entrepreneurship, the spirit of enterprise. What drives someone to get up in the morning with an idea and go out to work to make that idea reality, to find customers to sell goods and services. If we do not begin to address the nature of that spirit, its fragility, and the importance of us speaking often and speaking up about these things, then we will gradually strangle the lifeblood of our economy. And it's got to start in schools, it's got to start in colleges, universities, across our society. We've got to make it easier for people to start businesses. We have to relegate the fear, the risk-averse fear of failure to something else. And I'm being told to sit down, so I will sit down. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr Kerr. I now call Faisal Chowdhury.